Hello everyone. We will see some basic questions or some basic queries about the GATE exam. First of all, the first query which I have is the cutoff. So, the cutoff for general category is around was in the year 2022 was around 46.2 marks, and in the year 2023 this was 47.5 marks. So as you can see that the cutoff for general category is around 46, or we can say like 45 to 48. This is for general category. Similarly, for OBC and EWS, this cutoff was in the year 2022 was 41.5 and 42.7 for year 2023. And for SC, ST and PWD, this was 30.8 and 31.6. So as you can take an idea from here that around what can be the cutoff for the GATE exam. Then the second query which I have is how much marks are required to get a rank under 100. So, like, it is a very subjective question. So it depends upon the paper, like what kind of paper it is. But I would suggest that you keep your score for around 75 for getting a rank under 100. So you can be safe. And then the next question asked is up to what rank PSUs recruit? So mostly PSUs will take under 20 for, I'm talking about general category under 20, but sometimes PSUs do take students under 50, like SAIL. They do take students up to rank 50. So yeah, that is a basic idea. So if you want to get into PSU, you should aim on keeping your rank under 20 so that it will increase your chances of getting into a PSU. Then I was asked that what are the PSUs recruiting for GATE exam? So I would say that there is no concrete basis of saying that yes, PSUs will recruit, or I cannot even say that PSUs will not recruit. But there is a good speculation that PSUs will recruit from GATE 2024 exam. There are good amount of chances. Also, if you write GATE exam in 2024 and you secure a very good rank, suppose you secure a rank under 10, so you can use this rank for the next 3 years. The GATE score is valid for 3 years. So you can get a master's admission from this rank. You can also apply for certain organizations like BARC. BARC always, every year, BARC recruits, and then DRDO. So these are few organizations which you can apply even after getting a good rank in the last, or if you have a valid GATE score, and the valid GATE score is you have a GATE score valid for 3 years. Okay, so yeah, that is a point. So I would say that your GATE preparation will not go in vain if you put a good amount of efforts and you secure a good rank. You always have a option for getting MTech and applying for some good organizations like BAR and DRDO. These are very good organizations. So yeah, and there are some very good options available after MTech also. You can go apply to top IITs for MTech, even IISc, which is a very good institute for pursuing MTech. Okay, so let's move towards another question. So the another question was subject-wise weightage. So subject wise weightage is not fixed, but I can say is many questions are asked from mechanical, physical, and thermodynamics. Also, there is a fixed weightage for general aptitude and mathematics. So they have fixed percentage, so that fixed percentage, fixed number of questions will be asked every time. And yeah, and most questions are asked from mechanical, physical, and thermodynamics. Mechanical metallurgy, physical metallurgy, and thermodynamics. Okay. Um, Around 15 marks from GA and around 13 marks from mathematics. So these two are fixed and most portions are from these. There are some questions from each and every section like manufacturing processes and transport phenomena, corrosion, extractive. So these are also very important, and there are questions from all the sections, but most are sections are these, and they have some fixed weightage. Okay. So the next questions which I have is preparation strategy. Okay. So for preparation strategy, I would suggest that you should first see your syllabus. See what all things are asked, what all things are not asked, what all things are important. So, first see the syllabus, then have a look at previous year questions, like 10 years. Important. This is very important. Have a look at previous year questions and see that from which sections gate organization is asking questions, like from which all topics they are focusing. They all change their point of focus after every few years. So see a pattern. When you will observe these previous year questions, you will see a pattern that yes, initial years questions were asked from here, then questions are asked from here. So you need to analyze the previous year questions and then make your strategy, like which all are the important topics, which all are the constant topics, जहाँ से हमेशा questions पूछे ही जाते हैं, then which all are the new areas from here where the questions were not asked earlier but अभी वहां से questions पूछे जा रहे हैं, तो ये सब आप लोगों को देखना पड़ेगा, क्वेश्चन इसको एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद में यू नीड टू see the resources from where you are going to study. Then you need to make a plan, like how you are going to study, you are going to cover which subject in which month. Okay, so I would suggest that cover all the important portions like mechanical metallurgy and thermodynamics and physical metallurgy first, and then move towards other sections. And साथ साथ में practice general aptitude also, so that because this is also very important. 15 marks are very very important. So if you lose marks here, that will going to affect your rank. Okay. So this, then extractive you have corrosion, then there is transport phenomena, manufacturing, mathematics. So first see from where more questions are asked. Accordingly plan. Okay, accordingly plan like how we are going to study. Then after you have completed your study, start doing some start taking test series, and then start with your tests, section wise tests, full test, mock test, do as much as test as you can, and then analyze those tests. Then do test plus their analysis. This is very important. You have studied everything, but if you haven't given any test, that will be the worst thing which you can do to yourself. Study everything, then start doing tests. Okay, and cover all the major portions and all the things which are given in the syllabus, and then move towards test and then analyze them, and then you will find a lot of topics जिनको तुम सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे हो. तो जो टॉपिक सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे हो उनको वापस से जाके पढ़ो, रिवाइज करो कि कहाँ मार्क्स कट रहे हैं. So perform this thing and do full previous year tests also. Like जो previous year के papers हैं, perform this, practice them as tests. उनको 3 घंटा लेकर बैठो and then see like what portions are you lacking behind, कहाँ कहाँ पर marks कट रहे हैं. So this thing, this test वाली thing you have to do, and do as much as tests as you can. So that I would suggest as some rough idea for a preparation strategy, like how you can move forward. So now one most asked question is, what are the free resources available for preparation of GATE? So some free resources are books, online available, online PDFs free of cost, NPTEL videos, authentic, free of cost. And subject wise, I would give you some idea of from where you can start. So for physical metallurgy, you have a book called V Raghavan, Vijendra Singh. So these are the two books which I would suggest. These are very good books. And then there are some YouTube videos also, like BS Murthy NPTEL videos. So he has covered the part of this solid state transformation, and that is very good video series. So I would suggest you should go for that. Thermodynamics by B.S. Murthy. Then for mechanical metallurgy, I would suggest Beetle. Then for thermodynamics, I would suggest a book called Upadhyay, because it has written all the concepts in very simple language, and there are some questions to practice also. And Gaskell. These two are good books. Then for corrosion, I would suggest Fontana and the NPTEL videos by Kelol Mandal. So they are very good. Then for extractive metallurgy, I would suggest HS Ray and iron and steel making. For iron making, HS Ray and some NPTEL videos. And for steel making, I would suggest NPTEL videos for steel making. They are very good. Then for mathematics, there is a book by Made Easy. So they cover all. So that book is not available specifically for metallurgy. So from that book, you will have to select like which which portion is there in your syllabus and which portion is important for your uh, exam. Made Easy book. Then a book by Made Easy, Mathematics, Engineering Mathematics. Uh, it is for GATE only. Then we have what is left? Manufacturing. So for manufacturing, I would suggest P.N. Rao and P.N. Rao for metal forming, metal joining, metal build, and metal casting. Then for powder metallurgy, you can see a book which you prefer, and for NDT also. But for these two, I would strongly suggest see previous year papers. Please, in fact, for entire manufacturing, not only for manufacturing, for all the subjects, I will suggest see previous year papers. A lot of questions are asked from previous year papers, like literally a lot of questions. Only the data is changed or the language is changed, but the question is same, the concept is same. So you should see some previous year papers. Then the next thing asked is some important. Okay, so the next thing asked is what are the important sections from transport phenomena, mechanical metallurgy, and engineering mathematics. So I cannot say like what is the important one because everything is important. Questions are asked from everything. I would not suggest कि कोई सा भी topic या कोई सा भी topic या कोई भी section आप लोग छोड़ो अभी since it is only June. तो you have entire year to study. अभी काफी टाइम आप लोगों के पास में पढ़ने के लिए. So I would not सजेस्ट कि आप लोग कुछ छोड़ो बट इफ यू आस्क मी कि क्या ज्यादा पूछा जाता है तो कंडक्शन फ्रॉम हियर कन्वेक्शन वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ heat transfer coefficient and here we have to conduct convection coefficient. Yeah, so these are the important ones. Also I would say the whole syllabus is important. Questions are asked, and we never know. A new question can also be asked. View factor is also important. Questions are asked from that. पिछले कुछ साल में क्वेश्चन पूछे गए हैं व्यू फैक्टर से भी. सो ये आपको आइडिया लगेगा जब आप प्रीवियस ईयर देखोगे. आपको खुद को समझ में आने लगेगा कि अच्छा ये क्वेश्चन इस साल भी पूछा, इस साल भी पूछा, इस साल भी पूछा. सो दैट विल बी good if you see previous year questions. Then for mechanical metallurgy, the most like the common questions are from dislocations, their motion, Burgess vector calculation, direct angle between plane and dislocation, angle between two dislocations. So वो पूछा जाता है. उसके अलावा मोहर सर्कल से भी कभी कभी यील्ड क्राइटेरिया से क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. उसके अलावा ग्रिफिथ थ्योरी क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड. फटीग questions are asked. Like a good amount of questions are asked from these topics. So yes. Then for mathematics, questions are asked from every section, but mostly matrices, probability, and matrices, probability, then numerical methods, Newton-Raphson, bisection, Newton-Raphson, trapezoidal rule. These questions are asked. Differential equations. They will give you a differential equation and ask the solution of that differential equation. So yeah, that is also important. And then questions are asked from theorems like Gauss, Green, and Stokes theorem, divergence. So these are some important topics from where questions are asked. Again, I've been saying this thing a lot of times. Again, previous year questions, previous year paper, analyzing previous year paper will only increase your understanding on which topics are important, कहाँ से ज़्यादा questions पूछे जा रहे हैं, कहाँ से surely question पूछा जा रहा है हर साल. So yeah, then uh, So yeah, that's it. Okay, and one important thing I would like to add here is that uh, for the resources thing. So I gave you all the free resources like NPTEL videos, books, and everything. But sometimes finding your perfect resource can be a tiresome job. So in that case, there are some uh, websites like Find My Test platforms. So we provide every we provide a curated playlist video lectures starting at just rupees 4,999 where you can find everything you require to study for GATE exam. And also we have a test series starting from rupees 700. As I told you, giving tests, mock test is very important. This is the crucial part, the most important thing, tests. And we provide tests from just rupees 700, and you will we provide topic tests, subject wise tests and full tests, and our test starts just from rupees 700. And also there is a webinar access where the candidates can talk to the toppers, so that is also a plus point because that will also increase your understanding on how to study. Maybe you will find the flaw in your plan of study after talking to the toppers, and then you can rectify it. So yeah, that is a very good thing. So this is what I wanted to add. Then so that was it for the general queries. Now the query which has been asked is a video on constitutional supercooling. So, constitutional supercooling is defined as when a solid freezes with a composition different from that of a liquid from which it forms. Okay, so that is constitutional supercooling, and such alloys have separate curves for solidus and liquidus. For example, this is temperature versus composition, and these are the two curves, liquid, solid. So here at temperature T, the composition, this Cl, is in equilibrium with solid of composition Cs. Okay, so this is Cl, this is Cs. Okay, so during solidification, if interface separating solid and liquid is at temperature T, the liquid near it is of composition Cl. Okay, and suppose this is, sorry, so yeah. During solidification, if interface separating solid and liquid phase is at temperature T, the liquid near is of composition Cl. So the liquid has composition Cl, and Cl is greater than C naught. So C naught is the average composition. So So in this case, the liquid composition will decrease with increase in distance from interface. So here, this type of phenomena we will see. This is our C naught, average composition, and this is our Cl, and something like this. We will see this is liquid and this is interface. Okay, so the liquid composition will decrease with increasing distance from the interface. So this is composition versus distance curve. Okay, and there is also this thing. So here in this curve we have T dash. This is our actual. I'll explain it. Then this is liquidus. Okay, this is temperature versus distance. So here, the our equilibrium liquidus is a function of distance, as you can see in this graph. So the actual temperature gradient in liquid is ahead. So this actual temperature gradient is ahead of the interface in such so this is ahead of the interface such that every liquid is at a temperature greater than liquid temperature at that point. So here as you can see that the actual temperature gradient is greater than the uh, gradient in then it is greater than the liquid. Okay, so uh, every liquid at this temperature is greater than the liquid temperature at that point. This is the actual and this is the, so if we see this distance, so here the actual temperature gradient will be greater than the liquid at that point. Okay, so in this case there is no supercooling ahead of the interface and we get a smooth and flat surface. But if this curve is of this form, this is our T dash. This will be liquid and this is actual. Okay, this one is actual. So in this case, every point between the points, this is Y point, this is X point. So here in this case, every point between X and Y is less than equilibrium temperature. And here as you can see that every point between X and Y, this is our actual valley line, this is our liquid valley line. So here actual is less than the liquid. So x and y, so every point between this x and y is less than the equilibrium temperature and the protrusion feels super cool in this situation. Okay, in this situation it will face super cool because the actual temperature is less than the liquid temperature and it won't melt back. This will be, so the protrusion will feel super cool and this phenomena is called constitutional supercooling. And in this case, the solid which we will get will have a composition different from the liquid from where it is been obtained. So this is the basic understanding of constitutional supercooling. Now, another question asked is the elastic behavior of metals. So, if we draw the stress strain curve, so let me name this point as A. So, A is this is stress, this is strain. Okay, so this is the elastic strain. Okay, this one is the elastic strain, and uh, this A is the elastic point. So the metal or the material will regain its shape if it has given the stress in this limit below the A point. If the stress is given to the material, then it will regain its shape. So basically, that is the idea of elastic point. Also, there is a point here, somewhere here in this diagram. Wait, I'm pointing it out. Okay, yeah. So there is a point somewhere here. Let me name it B. So this B is the proportionality limit. Here, Hooke's law is valid. That is, stress is proportional to strain. Okay. So this is the proportional limit, and here the Hooke's law is valid. Okay. And so not all the materials show stress is proportional to strain for elastic portion, which means that the materials are elastic, but stress is not proportional to strain. As you can see, there is for this diagram also there is some portion of the curve where stress is not proportional to strain. So some example is rubber and cast iron. Okay, then after this point B up to this point A, the elastic behavior is shown, and this point A is the elastic limit. Okay, so practically, if we see, the elastic limit and proportional limit cannot be distinguished, and therefore sometimes they are taken as same only. So while solving numericals, we take them as same only. So, and after this elastic limit, material begins to yield. Okay. So, this is the basic idea behind the yield stress, and the modulus, which we calculate in this elastic region, is called the elastic modulus or Young's modulus. Okay. Or Young's modulus. Okay. So, this was about the elastic behavior and elastic point. I hope I have answered all your queries. And for more queries, feel free to reach to us at www.findmytest.com, and we will be answering all your queries. Thank you so much.